You're ambitious, but you're tired of missing out on life-changing 10x crypto investments. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you about a massive opportunity that could make you rich. My name is Karim, and I made my first 10x crypto investment back in 2017. Over the past 2 years, I've been overseeing a Web3 accelerator program that has invested in over 55 crypto companies. Finding and making 10x crypto investments is not easy in any shape or form, but it can be if you stay up to date with the latest news before the hype reaches everyone else. Being early is key, and I'm about to let you in on an opportunity that's just right around the corner. For the first time ever, AAA crypto games are about to launch very soon, and you need to get in today before the hype starts and these coins skyrocket. Welcome back to Crypto Code by ICN Talks. In today's video, we're going to talk about the amazing things that are happening in crypto gaming. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 gaming coins that you need to know about. To stay up to date and be the first to know, make sure you follow ICN Web3 Media across all our socials. 10x crypto opportunities are only possible if you're in early and you take the risk. Remember, all of these games and infrastructure projects have been developing during the bear market. The hype was more around play to earn, NFT speculation, and the games were just not fun to play. And let's be real, a lot of these games were Ponzi schemes and they were just not sustainable. They had to get new players to come in so that they could pay out for the last players, and it all crashed at the end, right? Axie Infinity is a perfect example of this. During the last bull run, we saw a 50x return on that token. But why is that? Why were the games in the last bull market just not fun to play? Because game development takes a very long time and a lot of investment to create amazing games. What we saw in the last bull market was basically a bunch of developers getting together, building a basic game, and then relying on the rewards to make it, attractive and get more players. But do you know how long it takes and how much it costs to develop an amazing game? So for example, indie games will cost around $50,000 to up to $500,000 and could take up to 2 years to develop. If we're looking at mid-tier games like AA, you're looking at anywhere between $1 million to $15 million, and it could take up to 3 years to develop. Now, AAA games, that's where it's at. That'll cost around $50 to $200 million to develop and can take 6 years or even more. And just for reference, GTA 5 cost over $265 million and took over 5 years to develop with 1,000 people. There's significant investment in the gaming industry because it's a $200 billion industry. To put it in perspective, it's 5 times bigger than the movie industry and 8 times bigger than the music industry. So why is this important and how is it relevant to crypto games? Because blockchain can really help indie studios and publishers raise money in a much faster way, especially for fundraising for games, because they cost a lot of money. In this way, using blockchain, you're able to sell your assets to your fan base ahead of launching the game. So how big is the crypto gaming industry? Let's have a look. I'll pull up this chart. All right, so if we look at the top gaming tokens by market cap, I'm going to just move over to the market cap and volume over here. I want to go into all, and I'm just going to expand it. Again, go to all. If we look at the last bull run from in 2021, we saw the market cap of gaming go from $5 billion all the way up to $50 billion at its peak. Obviously, for the past, since 2022 until 2023, it's been choppy. We've seen it kind of peak at $10 billion valuation. And then recently in 2024, it's gone up to around $38 billion. It has been trending downwards since then. But that just means there's a lot of upside, and I'm really bullish on gaming. I really think, if the total industry is a $200 billion industry, I think crypto gaming could easily become, in the next year or so, towards 75, maybe even $100 billion industry. So that's looking at a 10x minimum. So now looking at the market cap, we know there's an extreme upside potential. And what's great and what's been happening in the behind the scenes for the past 2-3 years, our AAA crypto games are about to be launched in early 2025. This is extremely bullish for the industry, and I'm so excited to tell you all about it. All we need is to see one AAA game become a smashing success for all the other titles to be interested and build on chain as well, because they're going to see the benefits of trading assets, of being able to raise funds in a new way and generate new revenue streams as well. Sony is even about to launch their own chain called Sonium. I mean, if that isn't bullish, I don't know what is. I'm going to keep my eye out for that, but it hasn't launched yet. Guys, the time to act is now. We're going to see Bitcoin get to 100K next year. That's my conviction. I do believe it's Bitcoin season, and we're going to see that happen in 2025. And what we always see is when Bitcoin goes up and skyrockets in price, altcoins follow at a much higher multiple as well. So when Bitcoin rallies, altcoins rally harder, and crypto games rally even harder than that. In 2021, we saw gaming projects do a 20x, a 50x even. So I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. I'm very bullish, and I can't wait to get into more details about the coins that I'm super excited about. And the biggest difference between 2021 and today is we're actually seeing quality games being built with a huge amount of investment behind it, and a huge community that's also really excited for what's coming. So with all that being said, let's dive right in with the first AAA crypto game that's about to be launched. It's called Off the Grid by Godzilla Games, and it's being built on Avalanche. So Off the Grid is a third-person shooter battle royale with similar gameplay as Call of Duty Warzone, but it has a more dystopian vibe to it. The game began development in early 2021 with a core vision of integrating a narrative-driven multiplayer experience with blockchain technology. The game is set to launch in early 2025, but there's already been plenty of buzz and hype around the gameplay and mechanics. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the graphics and gameplay look incredible, and this is the first time we're going to see a blockchain crypto game being launched on PlayStation. It'll also be available on PC and Xbox. So what Godzilla did was develop a platform called Guns. It hasn't been released yet, but the token is due to launch next year. Definitely looking out for it. I think if we're early, you're going to be lucky, but I'm just worried that the hype is going to be so big by the time the game comes out that the token will skyrocket before we even have a chance. What they did was built the Guns platform on Avalanche. When they did the playtest, they saw roughly 400,000 transactions from over 30,000 players over the course of 1 weekend alone. Those are insane numbers, and that was just a playtest. So why is this important? Because the sheer number of transactions and users is how these chains make their revenue. And the more revenue that these chains make, the higher their price is going to be and the higher the market cap will be. And we have yet to see a AAA crypto game go mainstream. This could be the first one. So what I really want to focus on today is not really specific games. I want to look at the infrastructure and tools that are being built to make all these crypto games go mainstream. This is the same thing we saw with Chainlink, for example. It became the oracle for DeFi across multiple chains. And what's important here is that it becomes a tool for games and for other projects within the ecosystem to support getting a billion users on chain. Which brings us to the next coin, IMX. I believe IMX technology is going to be used across so many games. Let's check out some of the latest headlines about IMX. So first up, we see Immutable and GameStop partnership for NFT marketplace. And on top of that, they're including a $100 million co-fund to support blockchain gaming projects. Next up, we see Netmarble, Marble X's migration to Immutable. Netmarble is a leading Korean gaming giant, and they announced a $20 million ecosystem boost program for Web3 development. Next up, we see Immutable onboard over 150 games to the platform in 2024. Games like The Mystery Society and Devamon join Immutable's roster, boosting the game pipeline. Even Twitch co-founder Justin Kan invested in Immutable X. Next up, we see integration with TikTok and VFriends. We also saw a surge in Immutable's Passport Wallet signups with over 1.5 million signups last year alone. So this is all very bullish for IMX. Next up is Beam. There's a lot of hype around it right now, and they've announced some amazing partnerships. Let's also check out some of the recent headlines. So Beam partnered with Polygon Labs to introduce the Sphere marketplace. We also see Beam integrate with Immutable's Passport. And with that, Beam enables gamers to transition smoothly between games, enhancing Beam's multi-game experience framework. What's really important is to see this collaboration between the different chains, including Beam, Polygon, Avalanche, Immutable, because this will all help onboard the next 1 billion users. Next up is Superverse. Everyone and their mothers on X is talking about this. So let's look at some of the latest Superverse partnership announcements. They've announced partnerships with OpenSea, The Sandbox, Crypto.com, Immutable X, Chainlink, Twitch, and Animoca Brands. These partnerships showcase Superverse's insane influence in the blockchain gaming industry. Next up is Mocha by Animoca Brands. I am super bullish on Animoca Brands because I really believe that what they've done for the crypto ecosystem is amazing. They've invested in over 500 companies, and they really supported early stage crypto gaming companies, as well as infrastructure and everything around it. So I'm really bullish on everything they have to do. I actually want to show you their portfolio right now. So let's pull that up. So take a look at this. Animoca Brands has all of their portfolio companies listed on their website, and it's just absolutely amazing to see. So if you go onto their website, you'll see they've broken it down into blockchain gaming, esports, guilds, metaverses, arts, marketplace, DeFi, infrastructure, crypto wallet. So if you look at blockchain gaming alone, you're going to see some names that you know. Axie Infinity is over here, Blocktopia, Atari, Chain Guards, Dapper Labs is how Animoca Brands actually really got into the scene with CryptoKitties back in the first bull run. And you'll see a lot of look at how many games they have here. It's just really incredible how much they've really supported the industry and ecosystem. Arc 8 by Gamey as well. So they have a huge library of games. But on top of that, what I'm really bullish about Animoca and why I'm bullish about Mocha is because look at this. I mean, if you just break this down, I'll try to zoom out as well. This is like over 540 companies, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 500 plus companies that they've invested in. And they've broken it down into crypto wallets. So you have MetaMask, you have Ledger here, infrastructure plays. Look at all these. So, and what they've done with the Mocha token is really bring it all together in one place. With the Mocha NFTs as well as the Mocha coin. So I'm really bullish on everything that they're building. Their partnerships are incredible. Yatsu is a true visionary in the space, real strong conviction. And I'm really excited to see what happens next with them. I mean, look at this: blockchain gaming, esports, guilds, metaverse. They really have invested in a lot of, amazing projects, infrastructure, as well as gaming studios, as well as titles. And I'm really bullish on everything that they're going to be building. So from here, let's move on to the tokens that I'm really bullish about and that we discussed during this video. I want to start off with, we'll start with the big boys. We'll look at Avalanche and AVAX. Of course, a lot of AAA games. Well, the first one that we saw, Off the Grid, is going to be built on Avalanche. So that's very exciting. And that game is due to come out, I think, early 2025. And I feel like Avalanche is going to really benefit from that, especially if 1 million users and it gets all the hype that it's getting. We're going to see tons of transactions happening on Avalanche through the platform that Off the Grid is building, the Guns platform. So I'm very bullish. Again, when I went through my portfolio in the past video, things that I like to look at are, price from all-time high. I like to look at the year to date, and then I obviously like to look at the market cap, and circulating supplies is quite important to me. And why I'm bullish on Avalanche is because they have deep pockets. They have big investors who are really supporting the chain, and they're also actively investing and bringing amazing projects on chain. So very bullish on that. Do I think that they're going to hit their all-time high again? Doubt it. It's going to be, a challenge. I think what happened in that last bull run was a fluke. But if you look at from all-time high, it was 83%. It's down 83% from there. I think Avalanche in the next bull run could easily get to $60. So that's a 2x. Obviously, it's a low risk play. If we move on, we talked about IMX. IMX is 84% down from its all-time high. This year alone, it's down 30%. The market cap is $2.4 billion. And if you look at their supply, their circulating supply, you see that 80% has already been distributed, which is a good sign. I personally believe IMX has the potential to get to $10 billion as well, hit the same market cap as what Avalanche is today, which would then be a 4 or 5x even. So these are great plays, great infrastructure projects building in crypto gaming. And as we said, we're going to see a lot of crypto games utilizing the IMX technology. So very bullish on that. Moving on, we go to Beam. So Beam sits at an $813 million market cap, which is, it is high, but it's not, the potential is much higher. If you even look at the circulating supply, it's also at 80%, which is cool. From the all-time high, it is minus 63%, which means there is potential for upside there, even if it's, it gets to half of what it was before. I believe Beam is definitely going to be a unicorn. And with that being said, I could expect it to hit $3 billion in the next bull run. Hopefully it'll hit $3 or $4 billion. So I'm really bullish on Beam. If you move on to Superverse, this one is a $500 million market cap. So this one has a potential. Year to date, it's up 80%, which says a lot, especially with the partnerships that I did mention earlier. From its all-time high, it is 78%, which means there is potential upside, especially when the bull market hits. And as we've seen in previous bull markets, there were opportunities of 20x or even 50x. Very, very rare 100x's, but I believe and I have a very strong conviction that Superverse could be that play. Sitting at $500 million, there's no reason why in the next bull market that this token and this project doesn't hit a $2 billion market cap, which is a 4x. If it does hit a $5 billion market cap, which is also possible, that could be a 10x play as well. Moving on to Mocha, which is why, I'm really bullish on this one because of the Animoca Brands obvious ecosystem and their conviction to building out the network that really connects everything that I showed you in their portfolio. It's down 39% from its all-time high, so there's still opportunity there. But it is a smaller market cap play. So it is a $94 million market cap. And, Animoca Brands as a company is a unicorn. They know how to get there. I believe maybe in the next bull run, you could see this be a strong contender that no one's really talking about. The only concern that I do have, obviously, is that only 12% of their supply is out. So that's something that I will be watching just to see who's going to be, the vesting period, that their vesting schedule that they have, who are holding the tokens. But I do have, because there's a face to the project, Yatsu and his visionary leadership, I'm really strong. I believe really strongly in. And so for that reason, I am bullish on Mocha. I will be investing in this and making sure, I just keep following up on the latest updates with them as well. I put Carrot in here because it is, I didn't talk about it that much, but there's a lot of hype and discussions that are happening around it. I only put it in here because I wanted to introduce like a smaller cap play as well. $60 million, 60% down from its all-time high, and it's still in the red. So I believe in the next bull cycle, we could see this potentially do maybe a 5x is what I would think. Guys, you need to get the information as early as possible to make an informed decision and potentially find that next 10x, 20x, or even 50x investment. The best way to do that is to follow this channel, check out ICN.live, and check out ICN Web3 Media across all socials. See you on the next one.